Just when I think things can't get more stupid, the rug just gets pulled out from under me. Do, 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 do. You know what, folks? Sometimes you just gotta be bold and call somebody out for when they're wrong on something, and today I'm just gonna say it. You're all a bunch of fucking perverts. How the hell else do you explain the ultra-right MAGA extremist Republicans' obsession with Hunter Biden's laptop? It's obvious to me that the only reason why those terrorists have been obsessed with the fucking thing for so long is because of the multiple nude photos of the man himself. Those insecure MAGAs just can't help but wonder what Hunter Biden's junk looks like. Now, it's true that I have never seen Hunter's Biden, but I can assure you that it's much like my belly after an all-you-can-eat Italian hot brunch. Very full, surprisingly girthy, and in desperate need of antibiotics. Now, admitting that you want to see Hunter's gloriously throbbing manhood would force me to imply that the laptop wasn't really Russian disinformation, and through a sheer series of bizarre coincidences, it turned out that the Russian disinformation was, in fact, good old-fashioned regular American information the whole time, so I'll begrudgingly give you that one. Just because the laptop is real, it doesn't really matter because Hunter Biden is a private company and he can do whatever the hell he wants. And even if Joe Biden, the former vice president and massive pedophile, was somehow financially implicated in corrupt dealings with foreign governments, I mean, who the fuck cares? It's old news. At least that's what Karine Jean Pierre Franklin Abdul-Jabbar tells me, so go ahead and set the public straight, Queen Bey girlfriend.
We see this as an interesting or a coincidence, if I may, that he would so haphazardly, Twitter would so haphazardly push this distraction. That is a full of old news, if you think about it.
You know what? Black lesbian dyke diversity hire has a completely fair point. Despite the alarming amount of evidence documenting Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's corrupt dealings with foreign governments doesn't really count because it's old news, and nobody cares about old news. I take my news the way I take my toilets. Brand spanking new and ready to eat off of at a moment's notice. And you might be thinking that Elon Musk firing a Twitter executive who was a former FBI agent who was directly controlling the Democrat narrative is new news. Well, you'd be worse than wrong. You'd be fucking wrong. Nobody cares about that crap until MSNBC tells them to care. And right now, all you need to care about is that Twitter is now officially a box of hate, violence, and Trump supporters for at least the last 2 months. The new news is that the king of violence and anti-Semitism, Donald Trump, has made a post on Truth Social saying that he intends to burn the Constitution, make pee-pee on the ashes, and to force your children to work an 8-hour minimum wage shift just to clean it up. And according to Keith Olbermann, a man who is very happy, well-adjusted, and not at all desperate for attention, believes that this manifesto is an admission of guilt and is enough to warrant a military tribunal and a life sentence to army jail because that's how this fucking country works now, apparently. America is the strongest country on earth because of democracy, and democracy is so weak and fragile that it needs to be protected every day from the MAGA Republicans that threaten our way of life. Let us be clear, the MAGA Republicans want to control the narrative and the flow of information on the internet, which is why it's so dangerous that Elon Musk released mountains of evidence proving that the Democrats were controlling the narrative and flow of information dating all the way back to the Trump administration.
Shut up! This is totally different!
You see that? The fucking dick has a point. What choice did the government have? Have you seen Katie Hobbs? She's corrupt, unlikable, rude, and is on the fast track to being bigger than Nancy Pelosi, who's a worthless cunt. She had to come to terms with the fact that her power to oversee her own election as Arizona's Secretary of State wasn't enough for her to beat Kari Lake. So naturally, she had to control the flow of information and the narrative by telling Twitter to shut down any voice that disagreed with her. Democracy was at stake, you stupid whore. Get that through your fucking skull. That is old news. Just get over it and accept that democracy won and terrorism lost. We just had to change a lot of the rules and violate your God-given human rights to win. But let's face it, if you win a game by playing by the rules, that just makes you a loser. And being a loser is pretty un-American. What is up, Mahonies? Arston the Unclean is here to say thank you for tuning in and checking out another exciting episode. If you think that Elon Musk deserves free cheeseburgers and bulletproof vests for life, then why don't you pull up a chair and tell us about your feelings, because that's what we're all about over here in this tiny little corner of the internet. So come on down and leave a like, a subscribe, or even a comment down below if you're feeling down for such a thing. Today's subject is Tupperware. This crazy train is getting bumpier and bumpier as this year comes to an end, and all I can say is that 2023 is gonna be one hell of a bumpy ride. So strap in, enjoy your holidays, and get ready for some fucked up shenanigans in the next year. And as always, thank you for caring, and I'll see you in the gulag.